Hey, g'day everybody, Dajahao, Niman Ma. This is Karl-going-solo. And behind me, you can see here I have a map of China and Taiwan. Zhongguo her Taiwan detour. For those of you who don't know, both of these regions speak Mandarin Chinese, Putonghua or Guoyu. And in today's video, I would like to just explain that there are many differences between the way mainland Chinese speak their Mandarin and how Taiwanese speak their Mandarin. So without further ado, here's my top 20 differences between mainland Chinese Mandarin and Taiwanese Taiwan Mandarin. The biggest difference between Taiwanese Mandarin and mainland Chinese Mandarin is that Taiwan still use the traditional characters called fan tizi, and in the 1950s, China simplified their characters to become jian tizi, the Hanzi, simplified characters. For example, this book is from Taiwan and it uses the traditional characters, fan tizi, the Hanzi, uses the complicated Chinese original characters. In contrast, this book was published in mainland China and it's still using the simplified Chinese text, Jian Dan de Zhongwen Hanzi. And secondly, the very word Mandarin Chinese is referred to as Zhongwen in both regions, China and Taiwan. But in Taiwan, they usually say Putonghua for Mandarin Chinese, whereas in mainland China, they will call it Guoyu. Thirdly, the humble rubbish bin is called La Ji Tong in Taiwan, but in China, they call it Le Se Tong. And fourthly, Die Sige, the simple word called and, is known as her in mainland China, but in Taiwan they say han. Number 5, my country Australia is called Australia or Aozhou in both Taiwan and China. However, the city here, Sydney, in Taiwan they call Sydney Xueli, but in China, mainland China, they call it Xini. Number 6, Dilyoga, the cute and cuddly koala, from my country. In Taiwan, they call it the Uwexiong, no-tail bear. However, in mainland China, they call the koala Kaola. Number 7, the motorcycle is usually called Motor in Taiwan, but in mainland China, it's called Jiche. Number 8, die Bagge. The taxi is called Jichengche in Taiwan, but in China they call it the Chuzuche. Number 9, the hotel is called a luguan in both regions, but in mainland China they call it a jiudian, but you cannot call it jiudian in Taiwan because a jiudian is actually a brothel in Taiwan. In Taiwan, a hotel is also called a fandian and a binguan. Number 10, the bus is usually called a gonggongqiche in Taiwan, but in China it may be called a gongjiaoche or a bashi. Number 11, the term a little bit is called idiandian in Taiwan, but in mainland China they will call it idianer. Number 11, the term a little bit is called idiandian in Taiwan, but in China it will be called idianer. Another common word, where, is called nali in Taiwan, but it will be called nar in mainland China. Number 13. The necessary fluid, blood, is called 血 in Taiwan, but in mainland China called 血. Number 14. My favorite mode of transport, the subway system, is called 捷运 in Taiwan, but in mainland China it's called 地铁. Number 15. Waiter or waitress is called 服务生 in Taiwan, whereas in China it's called 服务员. Number 16. The cop or the policeman is called 警察 in Taiwan, whereas in mainland China it's called 公安. Number 17. 第十七. Taiwan, the pineapple is called 凤梨, but in China it's called 菠萝. Number 18. My favorite thing, homework, is called 功课 in Taiwan, but in mainland China they like to call it 家课. Number 19. Salary. In Taiwan they call it 薪水 or 薪资, but in China, mainland China, they call it 工资. And the 20th difference, 第十个区别, the humble girl is called 小姐 in Taiwan, but in China you cannot call it 小姐 because 小姐 means prostitute in China. So in China they call a girl a 姑娘 or a 丫头 or a 少女. And last but not least, I forgot to mention the word thank you. Thanks for watching. In Taiwan they say thanks as the word and they call it 不会, 不会. But in China they'll say thank you as 不用谢谢, 不用谢. So that, my friends, concludes my top 20 differences between mainland Chinese Mandarin and Taiwan Mandarin. If you disagree or can think of any other differences, please write it in the comments below. Thank you very much. See you later. Take care, my friends.